Hello and welcome to Magic in the Middle. I'm your host, Jessica Vitalis, and today I get to talk about a book near and dear to my heart, my very own story, The Rabbit's Gift. This book is a standalone companion novel to my debut, The Wolf's Curse, which means that it's set in the same fantasy world, but the similarities end there because The Rabbit's Gift is set in a different country with entirely different characters and magic, and you don't have to read one book in order to read the other. There's another big difference between these stories. The Wolf's Curse was narrated by an invisible great white wolf, whereas The Rabbit's Gift actually has two narrators. One is a sweet, scrawny rabbit by the name of Quincy, who longs for nothing more than to prove himself to his warren, which is starving because the human demand for babies has dropped. Since the rabbits grow human babies in purple cabbage-like plants and deliver them to humans in exchange for purple carrots, Quincy decides to sneak into the human world and steal some purple carrot seeds so that the rabbits can start to grow their own food. The other narrator is a human girl by the name of Florine de Bigny. Now, Florine is the daughter of the most powerful woman in the country, and even though she longs to study botany and uncover the secrets growing in the rabbit's warren, science is outlawed in Montperu, and her maman expects her to follow in her political footsteps. When Florine stops Quincy from stealing some of her precious purple carrot seeds, she follows him back to the top secret warren, and that sets off a string of events that could have disastrous consequences. One of my favorite things about this book is how both Quincy and Florine view themselves as the heroes in the story, but they view each other as the villains. You're going to have to decide for yourself who is right, but I love a quote from the book that says, "Sometimes the only difference between a hero and a villain is which side you're on." Another thing that I love about this story is that it explores the interdependence between man and nature. Of course, in the real world, humans aren't dependent on rabbits for our existence, but our actions still lead to things like pollution and deforestation and urban sprawl, all of which have very real consequences for our planet. I actually came up with this idea after viewing a 1-minute French silent film from 1896 called La Fille à Choux. And it's based on the French myth that babies come from cabbages, and the film shows the filmmaker dressed as a fairy. She dances around and she plucks the babies from cabbage and then drops them on the floor. And as soon as I saw the film, I knew for sure that this was a myth that I wanted to explore. One of the really cool things about that film is that it's actually thought to be one of the first narrative films in the world. In other words, it's one of the first films to tell a story. And you can actually find that film, La Fille à Choux, on YouTube, so I hope you check it out. I hope you check out The Rabbit's Gift too, and when you do, please let me know what you think. That is it for this month. Please join me again next month for more Magic in the Middle.